Christian. How you doing?
Great, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm great. Summer series of Farm to Plate dinners are going amazingly.
They are.
Coming up is one that's probably going to be a standout for the whole summer, the East Africa series. And I wanted to just have you talk for a moment about what you want to do and what your plans are, and let people know.
Yeah, I think that it may seem a little ambitious to take a region of a continent that has over 20 plus countries in it and see over 200 different languages that are spoken in that region itself. So yeah, it might be a little bit of a task or a project to present to somebody and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to make you East African food because it's so broad. But I wanted to focus on specific places and talk about the cuisine of East Africa, and in the process present something to people that they're quite familiar with, just in a different, presentation. Just changing its form a little bit. All things that the people are familiar with, but just a slight adjustment of presentation.
Nice. Well, I think people might not know, but you are an East African native, so you're certainly qualified to present an East African dinner. Do you mind just talk for a moment about where you grew up and your roots in Africa and how this affected the meal?
Yeah, I moved to the States in 2002, August 24th. I was born and raised in Ethiopia, in the capital, Addis Ababa. My family is from the north, northern regions of Amhara, regions of Tigray. But yeah, that's pretty much what I call home, aside from Las Vegas and now Portland, which is my current home. But yeah, that's where I'm from. I wanted to represent my region, and that's one of the reasons, amongst others, why I wanted to do East African Farm to Plate. Because as well as all other cuisines, I think specifically East African cuisine was shaped over time because of a lot of different factors. That region of Africa itself was basically a passage. A lot of intercontinental trade that happened during the old days has or is the reason why the cuisine itself is the way it is, and that's essentially what I want to bring to people. But in the same token, also show what lack of outside influence did to cuisine, because there are specific countries, for example my country, Ethiopia, lack of colonization is what allows us to basically retain the original cuisine that my ancestors have been eating. The grain teff, the preparation of all the different stews and sauces. However, if you go down just a country, in whichever direction you go, you'll start to see so many different things that you will never see in Ethiopia, and that has a lot to do with outside influence. Outside influence from Italy, outside influence from France, outside influence from Portugal, outside influence from England, which has shaped the cuisine to be exactly what it is. So yeah, I wanted to dabble with different places in that region and showcase traditional dishes for what they are, as well as dishes that exist because of influence from the outside.
Well, one other thing is you're not just going to be the chef for the meal. You actually helped plan what we actually planted for this.
Correct.
Right. Including some non-native ingredients that we grew on the farm.
Yep. And that's actually the most interesting part about what I do, and what I enjoy about what I do is I like this fusion of cooking, or fusion of cuisine itself, where you have a traditional plate or a traditional dish that you could find in a country, but take it across oceans and incorporate local ingredients into it without messing with the original flavor profile, but showcasing versatility and how flavors can merge or ingredients could be used in certain things that could elevate them and complement them. Because let's be honest, I'm not going to be able to find local yucca that's grown here, but that's okay. It's not a bad thing. We have other root vegetables that we can use. We have other starches that we can focus on. And as a chef, you know, the mission could be to just cook food, show up for service, or you know, whatever somebody as a chef is interested in doing. For me, and I should probably mention for my wife Janelle as well, who's a pastry chef, we do want to find the meaning to it all. Why do we do what we do? It's trying to have these kind of projects or these kind of missions and present them to people.
Well, I think it's gonna be amazing, and appreciate you talking about it.
My pleasure.
Love you.
Love you too.